Hey guys, how you guys doing? Doing pretty good
What's
today?
up?
Hey, what's up? Hey, welcome to
Great.
Cybersecurity Unfiltered, Cyber Unfiltered, whatever you want to call us. Have you guys tried to buy a computer lately?
Getting
Not.
rough.
Have you seen the prices?
It's Christmas. Everything goes up, right?
Not like this.
I love AI like the next person, but if you haven't seen the prices of computers lately, I'm seeing 33% increases on computers in like a week, all because of RAM.
Yep.
Storage costs are going up as well, but not as fast as RAM. Some RAM kits, and RAM is the memory in your computer. So if you see a computer with like 16 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of RAM, by next year we're going to be seeing computers again with 8 gigs of RAM because it's going so expensive so quickly that major manufacturers are basically going to put out minimal levels of RAM just so you can in computers just so they can make them look affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So yeah,
So,
I saw a 32 gig kit of RAM like 3 months ago, like for a little over $100. That same kit now is someplace between 300 and 400.
tariffs?
Nope. It's just supply. AI is using so much RAM that there's going to be a supply.
Okay.
SK Hynix said it's going to be until 28. We're not in 26 yet. Some people are saying that that's a little off and that it'll take 6 to 12 months to stabilize. But on that note,
So, Chris, hold on for a second. Is that overflowing into the SSDs also?
yeah, RAM first is a bigger increase, but yeah, SSDs are going up in price as well from the usage in AI and data centers and things like that. They're just sucking up all the supply. And to make it worse,
Great.
Micron, who is a U.S. company who manufactures RAM, you've probably seen them under the name Crucial, right? They're exiting the consumer business in February.
Sure.
So
They're
that's
going where the money's easier, but they make
they're going
lot.
data center. Yeah, they're going pretty much data center and selling there. The margins are much higher. So they pretty much said, you know what, we can make consumer stuff and make smaller margins, or we can make AI stuff and make higher margins.
Well, they didn't specifically say they're
Incredible
pulling out of OEM, but it sure sounds like they're going to be focused on enterprise more than OEM.
They'll do enterprise and OEM probably. I don't think they're leaving OEM. It's just that they're not going to have their consumer Crucial brand anymore. That's just going away. You know, so good times there.
Should help OEM manufacturers, but still, it's going to be. Yeah. It's like the hard drive shortage. What was that? 10 years ago? 12 years ago? I mean, well, I can't remember anymore.
Those hard drives now are going to go up in price too, just because remember they have memory in them too. So a small amount, but they're still going to go up. So what I'm trying to say is if this is the end of the year, if you're looking to buy computers, replace computers, maybe you're a little late on the Windows 10 to Windows 11 upgrade. Maybe you're thinking next year is a better year to do it. I'm going to go with it's not. It's not going
Now's
to be
the
better.
Time.
I mean, I quoted a customer 3 weeks ago. Maybe about a month ago. And storage costs alone in a week went up $130 for a low-end computer. I mean, this computer was like, I don't know, like $600 some, $700. And it went up $130 just for storage. And then now, 3 weeks later, after that, the memory is now raised it another $200.
Wow.
It's went up almost 50% in less than a month. So if you're looking to buy computers, if you're looking to do upgrades, highly recommend you try to get it in as soon as possible. Maybe there's some tax advantages to you. Talk to your CPA, whatever.
So
but I would highly recommend.
I want to play a game. I want to play a game. I see how good Chris is at guessing prices of RAM on Amazon because I got curious.
All right.
All right. 64 gigabyte kit, 2 sticks, laptop, DDR5.
Someplace in the $700 to $800 range.
680.
Yeah.
And I want to say that would have been what, 350, 400 a month ago.
I saw that as low as upper twos, I think. 250 to 300, yeah, a few months ago.
The name brand ones, oh yeah, they are in the 800s.
Yeah.
Oof.
This is
Crucial
fun. We
says
should do
unavailable.
we should do a whole episode of Can Chris guess the prices of certain things?
I think that'd be fun.
Anyway. So please, if you're looking to buy computers, please do it right now.
Pull the trigger.
Understand that quotes may not be good for more than like a week at a time, just because of how screwed up the situation is. So that's good. Also, good luck. That's all I gotta say about that.
Godspeed. Peace out. Okay.
Yeah, peace. I'm done.
So, how's our friends across the pond?
Oh, JLR, Jaguar Land Rover, for everybody out there. This is an ongoing saga. They formally rejected the Information Commissioner's Office notice of intent to fine them 45 million pounds. They claim that the attack was not due to negligent architecture, but it was a highly sophisticated state-sponsored assault that no standard commercial defense could have stopped. Well, to be fair, if somebody just logged in, that argument kind of stands up. The problem with that is just because they logged in doesn't mean they should be able to get to everything. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. They also are classifying the attackers as state-level actors, so like country-level actors, despite the arrests of some of the cyber criminals. So what they're trying to do here is they're trying to invoke a specific exemption that exists in GDPR, in the GDPR framework, to avoid a massive penalty. So this will probably go outside the UK. This is if they can get it classified as a state-sponsored or state-level actor, there's an exemption for certain fines. So they are they get their lawyers on this, is what I'm trying to say. The supply chain insolvencies have started to really kind of come in. So in the UK, it sounds like they call bankruptcy administration. There's at least 7 tier 2 and tier 3 suppliers who have filed for administration in the past week. Most of them are small specialized firms. They just ran out of cash just as production was restarting from JLR, so they weren't able to pay their staff. So they'll have to see like how that's gonna ripple through JLR, because even if their main factory is running, if a provider that they had can't make the parts and they can't continue on, what are they going to do? So the saga continues. This is a great story. There's so much to learn here. If you haven't been following us, please go back and listen to some of the episodes, because like this is like a masterclass in like how not to handle things and how this can affect everybody. To stop the bleeding on order cancellations, they're now offering up to 2 years extended warranty and fixed price guarantees, protecting them from 2026 inflation. That alone, they're estimating is going to cost them about 150 million pounds. I mean,
but they aren't factoring in the cost of RAM.
That's fair. That might go from 150 million pounds to like 500 million pounds by the time we're done with RAM. Luckily, the cars that they're selling, I don't think has that much RAM in it.
I'm just gonna go back to making horse and buggies. I guess not making horses, but maybe buggies.
If you can make a horse, I have questions for you.
It was worded very, very, very poorly, but
but you know,
they're going to be back in the dark ages if this keeps up.
The total impact we don't know. It keeps the saga again continues. The status of the fine will be there. Is there going to be GDPR fine? We'll have to see. Again, I think they're like $2 billion in, is what something like that. Like it's going to add up. It'll be interesting to see. So let's say we flash forward to 6 months. Let's say everything's ironed out. They figured out the supplier situation. They'll probably have to loan some of these suppliers money. I know they were fronting some suppliers money, but can they get these tier 2 and tier 3 suppliers online, or are they going to have to go find new ones? And if they're going to find new ones, they'll have to meet the specifications of JLR. So how much time does that extend this? So let's say 6 months from now, we look at this and we have to see what the total financial impact to JLR is, but also to the region and to the UK specifically, but also to the customer base. And like, what's the long-term ramifications of this to their customers? Because is a 2-year extended warranty worth staying with JLR for a car, or is it worth moving on to something different, to a competitor? And that's what they're going to have to find out with the customers. So I don't envy them, but I think this is a case study that we're going to be looking at for a while.
I'm just really curious what the outcome is going to be in the end. Is it still the same car company? Because it's going to be supply chain issues forever and revenue issues forever. And
they hired a bank CISO. So it's like, so if they're going to put all the security and stuff like that, like how much more money they can spend, how does that affect production? Does it slow down? We talked about how just-in-time delivery for certain things just doesn't work when the situation happens. So now they have to talk about storage costs for like parts and stuff like that, because if they're not relying on just-in-time, so like this is a big deal. This could very well reshape the way the automotive thinks. Like,
it's definitely going to be something that's talked about for a long time, and just like we've been talking about the cyber insurance policies getting denied because people weren't doing what they there's a lot of people citing the travelers ICS case out there. The JLR is going to be talked about forever.
Well, JLR didn't have cyber insurance, so guess what? You don't have to worry about getting paid if you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying the lessons learned are going. The lessons learned is going to last forever here.
I mean, we're still talking about SolarWinds.
Yeah.
That happened 5 years ago.
Yep. That's during COVID.
So, yeah, I think this is going to be a case study that's going to end up in books. That's all. Let's just leave it at that. But there's I don't know.
Anyway, on a lighter note, Christmas is coming.
So are cyber attacks then.
Can't afford those computers though.
If you got them under the tree, you're in good shape. But
yeah,
we'll be asking Santa.
Microsoft's over here trying to pimp out handheld computers called that they put the Xbox logo on there, like, right? And so now by next year, that device that was already expensive is going to be like $1,500, and people are going to be like, I'm not going to buy that. Yeah, well,
it's going to be interesting for a while. Yeah. I mean, it always is. I feel like we're always saying that, and then something else becomes interesting.
Well, I'm trying to say, I'll stay away from other jokes. I have plenty of jokes for this. But one thing to be careful of too, there's some new research that was put out by, I think, Zscaler this week, something called Black Force, and they are what would be considered a man in the browser attack. And if you want to know what a man in the browser attack is, it's, for all intents and purposes, it's malware that basically works inside your browser and it quietly hijacks like your online sessions. We'll just leave it at that. It's bad.
It's scary.
It's
bad.
So they can steal your credentials, which is specifically what this is for. But since you played a pricing game with me, I want to play a pricing game with you.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
All right. So let's say you develop this man in the browser attack that can capture one-time passwords, bypass multi-factor authentication, and you're selling it on a Telegram forum. How much do you think that's worth?
Well, I consider that an investment in my hacking career to buy myself a yacht and hopefully not go to jail. So I would say high, but I'm betting you're going to say there's some kind of Christmas special.
$234 to $351.
That really is cheap. I mean, that's cheap for any software we use.
It's cheaper than some RAM. It's cheaper than RAM right now.
Oh my god.
That's it. Yeah, you can go buy that. Now, you're taking all the risk to run it, right? Like all that stuff. But apparently it has several evasion techniques that it has a block list that filters out certain security vendors and web crawlers and scanners. So it's been under active development for a while. Apparently, I think it's up to version 5 now. It's went from 3 to 5 and like just a few.
That's for the cost of that's the cost to buy the software or the platform, or is that for the credentials it's stole?
That's just to buy the platform. Yeah. So then you can deploy it. So you still have to have you still have to host it and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we got a good Black Friday special going on.
Yeah. So basically the way it works is the victim will click on a link. You'll send them a phishing link, right? You're going to be redirected to an attacker controlled phishing page. It's going to look normal to you. It's going to look like they'll probably mimic like a Microsoft login or something like that. Or I think they're covering a lot of it. So far, Microsoft, Disney, Netflix, DHL, UPS, a bunch. There's like 11 brands. Basically, you'll be able to put your credentials in. They'll steal your one-time password. They'll give it back to you. They give you like a fake version of it back, but you submit it and then they submit on their end. They log in as you. Now they have access to your account. They'll probably add their own multi-factor authentication token because, hey, why not? And you gave them their password. So they have your password. They can add a token. They can log in as you. And then they can do fun stuff. But that's just email compromise.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you got to be careful about is if you get your browser, if that session gets hijacked, there's a chance that they could hijack like a banking site. Now you have a different problem.
Yep.
What if they're transferring
the browser
money?
can access it? You've got problems.
Right. So let's say you don't have good financial controls and somebody can just log into your, I don't know, let's say JP Morgan Chase bank account. And you could potentially transfer money. That's a problem. I don't like that, especially in a business account, right? So be careful. There are some things you can do. Specifically the things that nobody wants to talk about. You can manage your patching. You can restrict admin rights. You can use browser controls that limit the extensions people can load. All this, you can isolate risky browsing. There's plugins that we can bring into a browser that can block some of this stuff. But another one would be to force strong multi-factor authentication, maybe something where you require like a hardware token. That's something that can kind of nerf this a little bit. Yeah. Less than $350. Less than the cost of 32 gigs of RAM. You too can become a phishing.
Well, self-hosting is not hard these days.
Not really
spin it up somewhere, they hack a bunch of people,
cheap.
It's going to get shut down, and then they do it somewhere else. It's not hard.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
There's so many cloud providers you can spin the stuff in and
Mm-hmm.
do it. But yeah, so be careful. That's something that's actively out there right now. There's a bunch of other phishing kits I've seen, but that's that one just for the cost structure just kind of was
So basically we expect to see phishing campaigns go up again, which is not shocking.
They're never going to go away until we there's never going to
get rid of computers. Go back to horse and buggy, like I said.
Hey, RAM prices keep going up. We won't have computers much longer.
Get rid of electricity.
Also, go back to the RAM prices. If the RAM prices don't get fixed, the iPhone next year might cost like $1,700 for like a base model.
Yeah,
I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not joking. Just give
like you said, everything takes RAM. Other parts take RAM.
Yeah,
this cascades like everything else.
Yeah, so be safe out there.
I hope the initial thing is an overreaction market-wise, but I mean, only time's going to tell.
I mean, the only thing that's going to fix this is supply, right? So
Yeah.
SK Hynix, Samsung are two of the major manufacturers. Micron, obviously, in the back end, they can sell their chips to other people, but unless they ramp up their production, which it doesn't sound like they are, this one's going to hurt for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you guys a recap, if you need computers, check out buying them right now. Things are only getting more expensive, and it's not like 5% more expensive. It could be 20, 30, 40% more expensive. The longer this goes on, the smaller, the more the supply dwindles, the more it's going to be. Also, as a pro tip, if you can go thrift shopping and find computers and stuff with RAM, especially DDR5 that are just being sold on the secondary market, you might be able to buy a car.
Yeah.
So if you follow the whole Gary V thing of going around and going to garage sales and stuff like that, maybe this could be a profitable business for you.
That's funny.
Yep.
I was going to say, okay, we're all going to go back to using Timex Sinclairs, which came with 2K of memory.
2K.
Oh my lord!
Do anything with 2K anymore?
Wasn't it Bill Gates who said you don't need more than 512 kilobytes? Was it 512? He said was the most we'll ever need.
Bill Gates said a lot of silly things back in the day.
I don't know. Well, let's move on. Have a good week, guys.
Yeah.
You too.
Talk to you guys next week.